Hello YouTube, West here checking in with a brand new episode of the Vinyl Finds. These are my vinyl finds for the month of May 2019. Hope you're all doing well, having a great day, great night, whenever it is you're watching it. Let's go ahead and get into this. First one I got here is a piece of electronic music by the artist Tech titled Body from 2018, and it's Bodied. I think I just said body. Tech is sort of a modern electronic artist, very heavy electronic music, very deep, dark, kind of brooding, very cinematic sort of film score to like a really big action sort of end of the world kind of movie. Really cool stuff. I really dig this kind of music. I picked up one of his pieces a couple years ago, really dug it, saw that he had this newer one out, went ahead and wanted to get it, so I picked it up on Amazon. It's pressed on a pretty cool sort of neon, sort of purplish kind of vinyl 2LP set. And I think this might be pressed at Record Industry. I'm not sure. I'll have to look it up. But if you're a fan of sort of heavy electronic music that's sort of film score-esque, not necessarily danceable electronic music, but just really, really powerful, strong electronic music, modern stuff, then check this one out. It's really good. I really dug it. So that was my first pickup for the month of April. Next up, I got a small stack here from, I believe these came from Goodwill, so I got 3 here, and they're 3 for $99. First one, I got I think this is a French copy of Jean-Michel Jarre's Equinox, so very nice condition on that. No, these are not from Goodwill. These are from the Florida Folk Festival. I just realized that. Yeah, these are from the Florida Folk Festival. They were 3 for $5 is what I paid for these. Yeah, now I'm remembering where these came from. So we got Maddie Pryor and June Tabor with Silly Sisters. Nice promo copy. This should be some good sort of folky music here. Someone checked that out. Thought that was interesting. All right, and the third one I picked up there at the Florida Folk Festival, we got an album by Steel Eye Span titled Rocket Cottage. This one is from, it doesn't have a date on it, from 1976. So Steel Eye Span with the Rocket Cottage. That was one of the 3 I picked up at the Florida Folk Festival on Memorial Day weekend. All right, next up, another new pickup. I actually picked this up on the day it was released, and that is the new album by The National titled I Am Easy to Find. Really cool sort of artwork on this. I really dug how they did this. They put it in this heavy PVC sleeve with the flap. So it's really nicely packaged, really sturdy packaging. And then see that the title of the album is actually printed on the PVC sleeve. Oh, there goes the PVC sleeve. So then we have the packaging itself with these embossed sort of swaths of paint on here. Really cool. Enjoy that. And then the inside just has a bunch of words, so not too interesting on the gatefold. I think they could have done at least something inside of there to make that a little more interesting. Supposedly these songs were started as part of a soundtrack that they were working on, and then it turned into an actual album. But a good new album. It's The National. If you love The National, you're gonna like this as well. This is on clear vinyl. I think this may be an indie record store kind of packaging thing here with the clear vinyl. Again, the inner sleeves have sort of fit the cover art, which is nice. And yeah, the second LP is clear as well. So yeah, that's the new one from the National. I Am Easy to Find, released in April 2019. So a new pickup for the month, new release for the month. It's been a couple years since we had an album from the National, and I really dig the band, and I was really glad to pick this up. I think that there's also a, I forgot there's a booklet in here as well with some lyrics in it. Yeah, just literally a lyric book. Each page has a song on it. So that was the new album from the National. Next up we have the Vinyl Me Please Essential Album of the Month. They did a, I guess this is a reissue. I don't know if this has been issued before or not. It's definitely an older recording. This is the Experience Unlimited, titled Free Yourself. And I really haven't dug into this very much. Because we were still doing a lot of unpacking in April and sort of getting things set up, and was just busy with other things. Didn't have a lot of time to spin much vinyl in April, and then this sort of just got lost in the shuffle as the months rolled on. So I'm gonna have to sort of pull this out and give it some spins and spend some time with it and enjoy it. But what I remember, this is very funky, jazzy sort of stuff. Definitely fits the album artwork quite a bit. There's the art print. And this was released in conjunction with Now Again Records, so it did come with a nice 12 by 12 booklet. A lot of historical information and photos. Yeah. So yeah, I really just need to spend some time with this. I just have not spent time with it like I should have. As I said, it sort of got lost in the shuffle after we moved, and after the months rolled on, I sort of just stuck with what I was picking up new. This is pressed on sort of a brownish gold vinyl. Very nice color there. Lots of colored vinyl this month anyway. All right, and this last stack of vinyl came from a thrift store I don't visit too often just because it's sort of a tough place to get to. They don't really have air conditioning. It's kind of a messy, dirty, grungy kind of place. I just don't go there very often, but that's a place called the Repurpose Project. They mainly sort of take old construction debris kind of stuff and sort of try to repurpose it into, back into an older building or whatnot. They have just piles of old pieces of tile and old bricks and old plumbing fixtures and just random old stuff. But they also have a thrift store part of the store as well. That's just things people have donated to sort of help them out. And they do have records, and I go in there occasionally, and they have some camera equipment occasionally and stuff. And so it's one of those places I visit every few months, but I don't go regularly like I do to other thrift stores. But picked up a few pieces of vinyl since I've been looking for Mercury Living Presence records recently. Found one there. This is Schubert Symphony No. 6 in C major, Mercury Living Presence stereo release. So that was a nice one to find there. Comic Relief album from 1986. UK pressing of this, of course, being that it's Comic Relief. Nice gatefold on that. So that was a nice one to find. Here was a really cool one. I think I've seen this in the past and just didn't realize what it was, but finally grabbed this, and I'm glad I did. I'm glad to have this now. The Chambers Brothers, Time Has Come, and they got the song The Time Has Come Today, which is kind of a very classic 60s track, and whenever you see a documentary about something to do with the 60s, you're likely to hear that song, and it's a good song. But this album is really solid all the way through. A really good album. I really dug it a lot. I'm glad I picked it up, and that was a really cool find. So Chambers Brothers, that was a nice one. These next one were some sort of vintage LGBTQ kind of records. This first one is Charlie King, Somebody's Story. And it's sort of folky. I guess the best way to explain it would be folky stuff with sort of queer themes, and you know, since I'm gay, I collect this kind of stuff, so I definitely grabbed that. Thought it was a cool piece of historical stuff from 1974 on Rainbow Snake Records. Yeah, with a name like Rainbow Snake Records, you would hope they would have a cool label, but you know, it's kind of a plain label there. I guess then they were on a very, very tight budget and didn't have the money to have sort of a custom label made. So they just went with some red paper with black printing. But yeah, that was a pretty cool find. And then this next one is Tom Wilson, All American Boy. And this is a little more poppy, a little more sort of keyboard oriented. This is from 1982, so you're moving into that sort of new wave era. And this is not really new wave, but it's got, you know, it's got a little bit more of that 80s poppy kind of feel to it. And that one had a lyric sheet in it. And again, just a very plain sort of blue label with black printing, not real fancy there. And last but not least, for the month of April, we got Eddie Kendricks with Boogie Down. So just some sort of boogie music. I don't know what you would call this, but just thought I would give it a shot, give it a try. Probably not going to end up keeping this, but it was a fun listen, a fun one to pick up and sort of spin. And these were $1 a piece, so not real expensive. So yeah, that does it for my May pickups from 2019. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you're not already, and stay tuned for future videos. Have a great day, a great night, and we'll see you again real soon. Cheers.